Welcome to SecretLens History. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more exciting stories from the past. Thought to be the last photo of Anne Frank in 1941, she leans over a balcony. It captures the life of a young girl under Nazi occupation, though identification is sometimes debated. John D. Rockefeller gifts a 5-cent coin to a child in 1929, a small gesture of generosity before the Great Depression. Zuleika Uday, Algerian revolutionary, was tortured and executed in 1957. Her body was found in 1984, and she remains a symbol of courage in the Algerian Revolution. John McCain, U.S. POW in Vietnam from 1967 to 1973, endured beatings, heat, and solitary confinement. This photo captures the harsh realities of his imprisonment. Negotiations with an escaped chimpanzee in Belgrade in 1988 show a tense, unusual interaction between humans and wild animals in a city. President Ulysses S. Grant reads a newspaper 4 days before his death in 1885. He hid his throat cancer with high collars, showing the final public moments of his life. A loaf of bread preserved in an oven from Pompeii, August 24, AD 79, shows everyday life frozen by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Dorothy Counts, the first black girl to attend an all-white school in Charlotte in 1957, is taunted by classmates. The photo shows courage and the hostility surrounding school desegregation. Captured on August 15, 1961, Hans Conrad Schumann jumps over barbed wire from East Berlin into West Berlin. His leap shows the instant he chose to escape before the wall was fully built. This photo is of Clara Borstel Engelsmann, who was 102 when the Nazis killed her in 1944, making her the oldest Dutch victim of the Holocaust. This mugshot from around 1940 shows Menachem Begin after Soviet authorities arrested him. At the time, he was linked to the Irgun, involved in violent attacks, long before he later became Israel's prime minister. In this 1988 scene, a Palestinian Christian protests in Bethlehem during the First Intifada, showing how people of all backgrounds took part in the uprising. These two photos of Abraham Lincoln show how much he aged in 4 years during the Civil War, the stress leaving clear marks on his face. This 1959 street view of the Federal Reserve Bank in New York shows the busy financial area during a strong post-war economy. In this 1976 photo, young Leonardo DiCaprio stands with his parents, George and Irmeline, during his early childhood in Los Angeles. This rare 1955 photo shows Marilyn Monroe without any makeup. Photographer Ed Feingersh caught her in a quiet, everyday moment, letting us see the real person behind the Hollywood star. In 1946, a young Robert De Niro stands with his father. It's just a simple family moment, long before he became a famous actor. Officer Christopher Amoroso is pictured at Ground Zero on September 11, 2001. After helping a pregnant woman to safety, he went back into the towers multiple times and, sadly, never came out. On August 6, 1945, in Hiroshima, a person sitting outside Sumitomo Bank was instantly vaporized by the atomic bomb. Their shadow remained burned into the steps, a chilling reminder of that day. After the Port Arthur massacre in 1996, Australians handed in thousands of guns. This photo shows some of the collected weapons, a clear sign of the country acting fast to prevent more tragedy. A 1925 family photo shows people remembering their father. It's a quiet moment of grief captured for generations to see. Wedding rings found near the Buchenwald concentration camp in May 1945 were photographed by U.S. soldiers. Each small ring tells a story of lives lost in the Holocaust. Titanic orphans Michelle and Edmund Navratil were rescued without any guardians in 1912. Their confused faces show the shock of surviving such a disaster. In 1991, 8 people lived inside Biosphere 2, a fully sealed ecosystem in Arizona. They tried to survive entirely on their own, a bold experiment in human and ecological endurance. Mary Mallon, known as Typhoid Mary, is pictured with a nurse around 1925. She unknowingly spread disease while working as a cook, becoming one of the first famous public health cases in the U.S. Christopher Scarver, the prisoner who killed serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer in 1994, is photographed here. His actions were partly due to anger over Dahmer's behavior in prison. In 1946, Abby Stockton in Santa Monica lifts 135 pounds with ease. She was small but strong, showing athletic talent outside professional sports. A soldier sleeps beside his father, visiting him in the trenches near Belgrade during World War I. It's a rare, tender moment amid the war's harsh conditions. An exotic dancer in Florida shows officers that her outfit couldn't have exposed herself. The photo captures the clash of policing and public morality at the time. Kids dressed for Halloween ride a school bus in the 1980s. Their homemade costumes show how children celebrated before smartphones and social media. German soldiers cut the head off a Stalin statue in 1941. This was a symbolic act as the war shifted on the Eastern Front. In 1958 New York, dancers in a nightclub take a break to play chess. A simple scene showing nightlife before the digital age. World War I soldiers pay tribute to the millions of pack animals that died. Horses, mules, and donkeys were essential to the war effort and suffered greatly. Soldiers at Camp Cody, New Mexico, pose with a devil saddle horse under Major Frank G. Brewer. It shows military tradition and pride during World War I. A Jewish Holocaust survivor, now an IDF soldier, drinks from the Jordan River after the Six-Day War in 1967. His arm shows a serial number, a reminder of his survival. A Khanty mother and her child eat raw reindeer meat in Siberia in 1991. This was part of their traditional diet after reindeer slaughter. Dr. Eric Salomon secretly photographed inside the U.S. Supreme Court in 1932, hiding a camera in a cast. It was one of only 2 illegal photos ever taken in session. Abraham Lincoln, with his bodyguard at the Battle of Antietam in 1862, shows him close to the battlefield, facing the realities of war. A girl of Filipino and Chinese heritage poses for a portrait in Manila around 1875. It reflects family identity and cultural mix during the colonial period. SS doctors selecting Polish children with Aryan features for adoption. A chilling photo showing Nazi racial policies during World War II. Bosnian refugees cry as their father arrives at a UN airbase after surviving a 6-day death march from Srebrenica. It shows the tragedy and survival of war. A Concorde flying at Mach 2 in April 1985 was photographed from a British fighter jet. The shot shows the plane in supersonic flight from a daring perspective. Margaret Ann Neve, photographed before her death in 1902 at age 110, lived across 3 centuries, a human link to extraordinary longevity and history. Kim Jong-un with classmates in Switzerland during the 1990s, a rare glimpse of a future leader in a private early life setting. Elvis Presley, 24, pictured with his 14-year-old future wife, Priscilla Beaulieu, shows an early family moment before fame fully took over their lives. Rosemary Kennedy, sister of JFK, had a lobotomy at age 23, arranged by her father. The surgery left her incapacitated for life. Graves of a Catholic woman and her Protestant husband in the Netherlands in 1888 were separated by a wall, showing religious divisions, even in private memorials. She spread disease while working as a cook without knowing it. Marilyn Monroe's first wedding in 1942, when she was just 16, shows her in a private family moment before Hollywood fame. Carl Newton Mahan, 6 years old, plays with a doll during a 1929 court hearing after killing another boy. The youngest person tried for murder in U.S. history. If you enjoyed exploring these incredible snapshots of history, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next adventure.